Enough, dude. Give me that goddamn mic. Get it to me. I got something to say. And every goddamn one of you is gonna listen. This might be the first time seeing me for some of you, but you sure won't forget after today.
Look, there's me in the background.
I don't give a goddamn whose birthday it is, because this is my moment. I am Chris, the wild card Mercer. 17 is the goddamn number of months that I have been out with a broken ankle because of this little shit that you guys have idolized. Championship opportunities, the United States Championship, MCW Heavyweight Champion, the Jimmy Snow Memorial Battle Royal. It was all mine to be had. I'm coming back for every single drop of momentum that I had taken away from me because of this guy right here. Every time he comes out here, I'm coming out too. Every single match he has, I'm going to be involved in it too. You will not see the last of me until this is over. And it ain't over until I win. So I'll leave you with this while you clean up your hero here. It's alright. You can have your personal opinion all you want. It ain't gonna change the fact of one thing. It ain't gonna change this. Man can't tame what God wishes to be wild.
Now,
Wow.
we just opened up. This is Judas Black.
This is Big Baby Ben.
We started out a little bit odd there, guys, but we wanted to just kind of get right into it. What Chris Mercer said at the end there. Man can't tame what God wishes to be wild. Right there, you see the aftermath of the beating that AMB took. But also notice, we've had some new faces pop up in MCW. Now, right there, we've got 2 of 4 guys that made up a 4-way scramble match on MCW. Quest Parker, Drake Holloway, Ip Mason, and Anthony Lopez. Will that be the last we see of those 4 guys? Or will we get more exciting action like the 4-way scramble match that we had in the pre-show? Will those guys be a factor this coming April when AMB takes on Chris Mercer in a street fight, which has officially been made official for April 25th? Chris Mercer seems to have a real bone to pick with AMB because we watched Chris Mercer destroy AMB at the prior show in a tables type match. He put him clean through it. You would have thought that would have been the final straw, like that would have sealed it. He said he's not going to quit until he wins. To me, that's a win. I mean, in all reality, that's a win. So where are we going with this? And will there be any involvement in this street fight? Big Baby, please take it off of my eyes. We will show that here in just a minute. So what is your thoughts on this, Big Baby, with the Chris Mercer A&B situation?
You know, my favorite baby face in the business is A&B, and Wrestling with Bros is such a major supporter of this man. You know, video of the year, 2 years in a row, all the promoting he does for us, you know, made this logo for us, done so much for Wrestling with Bros. To see him get beat down in that nature, including on the man's birthday in his hometown, when he was just trying to celebrate with his friends, his family, the fans, and just have a good time, he was beat down viciously. And, you know, Mercer beat him in their Anything Goes match last time when he put him through the table. We saw A&B after the show, and his head was clear, busted open in front and in back, brother. A&B was viciously beat down in that match, and now that's not enough. I understand Mercer is one of the top heels in this business, but he has gone past heel.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to think, man, this vicious beating first in the match of Anything Goes match, and then that's not enough for him. He thinks, hey, I still don't have my revenge because this man is still breathing. This man is still going. And he is taking it beyond the heel status and taking it very personal. But as the business goes, you got A&B, the top baby face of MCW. The fans are behind him. They chant his name. They stand up. We even get on our chairs when this man makes his way to the ring. And then you've got the top heel of the business, Chris Mercer. And he's kind of that heel, I would like to say, in a sense, kind of a Roman Reigns type heel. He is the man, the guy who's going to get it done one way or the other. And if he feels he's been done wrong, he's going to make it happen where he gets his revenge. Why what he's already done hasn't solidified that is yet to be seen. And we shall find out April 25th at MCW at Skydive Chicago.
Absolutely. And, you know, one of the promos that this been cut this year by MCW with White Meat and the Mutants has been very entertaining to watch. And speaking about White Meat,
you got White Meat right there, Stone Ambrose and Robbie Reeves, and then the Mutants, FXB, and Lizard Man Nile. Both very amazing teams when it comes down to the tag team division. And, you know, FXB and, you know, Lizard Man have lost twice now to the White Meat. They've lost twice. So coming up April 25th, do you think we are going to get a third time as the charm and they finally get that victory? Or do they just walk away? Or do Robbie Reeves and Stone Ambrose solidify themselves in the tag team division and be the top tag team of MCW, proving that nobody can stop them? It doesn't matter how many times they face off.
White Meat has been proven that they belong in the tag team division and the best company in the independent scene today. Let's just be honest. And don't take, you know, this personally, FXB or Lizard Man, but I think White Meat has your number, guys.
You know, absolutely has their number because they've done it twice. And even in the Rumble match, man, they eliminated them. Both of them got eliminated, and it was done by the White Meat. And so that's why we got it confused, guys. And we just want to make that very clear. We thought it had been 2 times already, but 2 times in an actual match happened on February 28th. The third time was in a Rumble, which doesn't really count. So, you know, we shall see if this will be a continuation, if this tag team title square off between these two teams will continue on April 25th. Now, I want to dig into this new top talent, Big Baby, of Quest Parker, Drake Holloway, Ip Mason, and Anthony Lopez. You know, the Fatal 4-Way Scramble Elimination match, essentially a Fatal 4-Way elimination as they do in WWE, where you get eliminated, you're out, and the next three continue. You eliminate, got two, eliminate, you got a final guy standing. Now, you know, it was a hell of a fight. It was one hell of a fight. Will we get to see more of these faces in MCW? Will these guys continue to make their way to MCW and show off their skill and their talent in the ring? Because that pre-show match, I will tell you this right now, was main event worthy. Them guys put themselves through hell in that fatal four-way scramble match, proving why they belong at MCW. What's your thoughts, Big Baby?
You know, didn't get to see this debut of these four guys here at MCW. My son was being born, and we got driven by the car in a very fast pace by Judas to the hospital. Such a blessing that he's here, though. But I missed it, and I didn't get to see these guys' debut. But from what I heard from Judas Black and from AMB, these guys right here, and MCW management, these guys are top wrestlers. They all had the talent to do so. They are all very impressive. It was a great match, but I don't know if they'll be back. You know, you never know in the wrestling business if a wrestler is going to be back or if they're going to be gone or when we're going to see them again. That's part of wrestling, right?
Yes, you're absolutely correct. The face could be there one day and gone the next. Excuse me. And nothing to do about it. If they're going to be there, they're going to be there. You know, we've seen a monster in MCW not too long ago in the form of Humek. And gone. You know, we don't know the reason why, and we won't dig too deep into it. But that man was an absolute beast and a talent in the ring for a man his size. Now, we dig into Reagan Lydell, the Big Hoss Hippie, versus Sadie Bell. This was exactly what we wanted and what we expected with women entering the MCW division. And they faced off one-on-one, Reagan Lydell getting the upper hand and the victory over the wild Sadie Bell, the outlaw, in this matchup. But what is next? What is next for the Big Hoss Hippie, Reagan Lydell, with the fact that we now...
Oops, sorry, guys.
With the fact that we now, Big Baby, put that away, that we now have Leslie Michelle. Leslie Michelle making her in-ring debut with MCW, stating that she actually made her in-ring debut last February. But this is the official introduction of, I seen that, introduction of ladies in MCW. So now that the Big Hoss Hippie, Reagan Lydell, has put away Outlaw Sadie Bell, where do we go with Reagan Lydell and Leslie Michelle in this division, Big Baby?
You know, Haas is my top female talent in the indie circuit. Always been a fan, always will be. I think she's going to be the top girl at MCW. I don't see anybody else better. You know, all talent to Sadie Bell, you know, is the current HAW. Is it women's champion?
Reigns champion.
Okay. But I mean, Reagan has held that title the longest. She's a dominant force in any women's locker room that she steps into. I'm sorry, you know, that's the Charlotte Flair for me of the indie circuit. Major fan. All hail the Queen Hippie.
There you go. You heard that from Big Baby. The Queen Hoss Hippie, Reagan Lydell, the Charlotte Flair of MCW. I don't know if she'd be blessed to hear that or if she finds that to be an insult, because personally for me, if I was being compared to Charlotte Flair, I'd find that to be an insult. Now, Leslie Michelle swears upon it that she is the dominant female for MCW. So we shall see if the continuation of this build-up will happen on April 25th when Reagan Lydell comes back to MCW. And we also will possibly see Leslie Michelle. Never know. MCW is always full of surprises.
Let me show you the top talent. It's right there. It's right there. That's the top talent right there. Leslie Michelle, You got your hands full.
Now, we also had.
Oh,
Let me.
we got a comment in the comment section. Stacy McCormick back in the Wrestling Bros comments. Good evening, guys. How's it going, Stacy?
How's it going there tonight, Stacy? You know, and as we greet MCW management in the comment section, it's good to hear from you guys. Absolutely, with me and Big Baby here on the screen tonight. You know, we also had Septico and Mahiko versus the OGs. Now, when we made our predictions, Big Baby, we're like, there is no way these OGs are going to beat Septico and Mahiko, because Septico and Mahiko dominant in the ring. They are so quick, so fast, high flying, high packed action for these young superstars. But it seems like on February 28th, the OGs proved why they are OG, why they are the original wrestlers in the indie circuit. And they destroyed Mahiko and Septico in this match. Now, we also saw, I can't remember the guy's names now for some reason, and I can't find it. We saw the Septico and Mahiko get attacked by another tag team after the match. These guys were clear to make a statement and make sure that we understood they are here and they are here to stay when it comes to the tag team division. So many tag teams making their debut in MCW. You know, you got Septico and Mahiko, you got the OGs, FXB and Lizard Man, you know, Robbie Reeves, Stone Ambrose. The tag teams just keep adding. And now we have this new mystery tag team that I can't remember the name of, and I'm going to kick myself for that, because they really were dominant. They really did lay a smackdown on Septico and Mahiko after that match with the OGs.
You know, Septico and Mahiko, I like those guys. You know, they're fun to work with too. You know, they're awesome guys, and I just didn't see them getting beat. It wasn't a luchador tag team match.
Yep.
I didn't see the top two luchadors that I've seen wrestle so far losing to the OGs, but the OGs dominating and showing why that they want to, you know, put their claim on the top tag team in the MCW universe. You know, I call it the universe, you know, MCW universe, which we're so proud to be a part of. Such an amazing place to be. The atmosphere, the love from MCW management, the love from the fans, so awesome. But, you know, the OGs win.
The OGs win.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, they pulled out the victory, proving why they are a dominant tag team. So now we dig into Eric Schultz, Axel Rico, and Nasty Nick. Now, in the opening of the show, Damian Saint coming out because we had Eric Schultz and Nasty Nick, or Eric Schultz in the ring. You know, this whole thing, man, was a complete setup for Nasty Nick to lose. From the beginning, man, you know, you had Eric Schultz out there, the celebration of Schultz, running his mouth, doing what Eric Schultz does best, being 100% wrestling champion mark with himself out in the ring. He's a mark. I'm sorry. Eric Schultz, the mark, thinking he is the most dominant champion that MCW has ever had. You know, you'll always be a champion, Mark, as long as we are wrestling with marks. So then we get, you know, we have this Nasty Nick makes his way out, tells Schultz to shut up, and says he has a bone to pick with Damian Saint, saying that he had never gotten his opportunity for a rematch after being stripped of the championship. So he was granted this. And then Eric Schultz brings out his buddy, Axel Rico. Axel Rico makes his debut in MCW. Damian Saint decides to make this interesting. He says, would you stop? He says, Whoever loses leaves MCW. Whoever wins gets a number one contenders opportunity. And of course, we get down to the match: Nasty Nick Nolan versus Axel Rico. Loser leaves MCW. Winner gets a number one contenders opportunity for Eric Schultz's World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, Jerry gets knocked down. The referee gets knocked down. Eric Schultz comes out, hits Nasty Nick with the briefcase. Axel Rico gets the pin after Ref Dev has to run out, do the 3 count because Jerry is down and out. So, what we like to call here at Wrestling with Bros, the Ottawa screw job. The Ottawa screw job. Where does Nasty Nick Nolan go, Big Baby, after the loss he suffered that cost him his career, his job at MCW as a professional, as a wrestler, as an entertainer for MCW?
I'm outraged. I'm pissed off. And as far as what Judas was talking about earlier with the wrestling with marks, Eric Schultz, that gets no results, likes to come up to our table on our cameras and call us wrestling with marks and losers. And, we're a shitty podcast, and he loves chanting from the ring and talking about us and staring our cameras down. Don't get me wrong, love working with the guy, but him costing Nasty Nick to leave.
All right, guys. There's Big Baby. He popped back in on the screen. What happened?
My Wi-Fi is acting up. I just got disconnected. But as I was saying, Nasty Nick, I love hearing the Venom hit. I love when the man comes out. He brings energy. You believe it. You believe that this man is a monster because he is. He proves it every time he's in the ring with his Nasty Nick spear. And behind me is MCW legendary gear of his babyface vest that he wore out to the ring, that he signed for My Wonderful Wife, Wrestling Bitch 29.
You're right.
My wife, shut up. But, I just can't believe Nasty Nick's going to be gone from MCW. Don't get me wrong. Axel Rico, a top talent, can wrestle his ass off. I'm happy that he's in MCW, but I'm even more pissed off and sad that Nick's gone.
So do we see any kind of a potential return from Nasty Nick Nolan down the road?
I'm sure we'll hear from MCW management as soon as we can, but for now, we're out Nasty Nick Nolan.
So Stacy McCormick had a good question. Who do you think will be able to take Schultz's title? I personally think it's going to be Chris Mercer.
I was about to say there's 3 names that come to mind for the next MCW champion. Mercer, a returning Nick Nolan, or AMB.
One of the 3, it's got to be. But me, on my personal opinion, Mercer is on a tear lately, an absolute dominant streak, proving why he doesn't put up with no bullshit. He don't put up with nothing when it comes to the MCW roster. I think it's going to be Chris Mercer. I honestly think that Chris Mercer is the one to dethrone the wrestling champion Mark Eric Schultz. And
but to get to Schultz, he's going to have to get through AMB first.
You're absolutely correct. So we shall see. One way or the other, it's going to be one of the 3 that Big Baby said, but I for sure think it's going to be Mercer. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just my personal opinion. Like Chris Mercer said, man can't tame what God wishes to be wild. So you better start understanding that, Big Baby. You better start understanding that.
He attacked AMB with a chair and put our man down. He has to face him in a street fight. And he's not. Oh, Mercer is terrorizing MCW. There's MCW management speaking right there. Mercer is terrorizing MC. This is not
Mercer
right.
is. And Mercer is terrorizing MCW. And you know, I'm sorry, but this might be my heel side speaking, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
How dare you, Judas?
I am loving what we are seeing because it is giving that perfect heel versus babyface vibe that is just making this exciting to watch.
It was
It's
the
kinda
man's birthday, Judas.
But Big Baby,
It was
it's
the
just
man.
like
No, that is a day for presents.
no. Now you shall listen. You shall listen. When we seen, nobody ever thought it would happen. Nobody thought we would see John Cena turn heel. John Cena's final run as a WWE superstar, he is a heel, and I'm loving it. I've always loved John Cena. I've loved his performance. He's always been there for his fans. But nobody, he's correct. Nobody has truly ever been there for John Cena. John Cena has given, and people take, and he's finally tired of it.
Not
Now-
given. How about him being top in merchandise sales? And that's $40-$50 a t-shirt. That man was making millions a year off merchandise
This
off
man
fans.
made
What do
it
you mean?
very clear. He made it very clear on Monday Night Raw, and I watched the video. He made it very clear that for years, all fans did was back and forth to the crowd saying Cena sucks, this and that, with everything that man gave. And like he said, my time is now. And that's what's going to happen. And I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it. John Cena is winning his 17th World Championship at WrestleMania. Will he hold it for long? Probably not. Because the one thing that everybody wants to see before John Cena hangs up his boots, John Cena versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship.
Absolutely. As a vintage fan from that era, I want to see that. As a wrestling podcaster, I want to talk about it. I want to advertise it. I want to promote it. I want to hear about it, of course. But John Cena is acting like he's got nothing from WWE. He is where he is at because of his babyface run for all them years. That's why he's in all these movies. The WWE made Cena, and now all of a sudden it's fuck the fans. They were chanting "fuck you, Cena" tonight. They had to bleep it out.
Everything he said in his promo tonight on Monday Night Raw was true. I couldn't disagree with the damn thing he was saying. Everything he was stating was a simple fact. So I'm all for it. I'm all for the Cena run. At first, I was like, really, John? Teaming with The Rock? Really? Someone that you battled for 2 years in a row at WrestleMania? And you're teaming with the man? But it makes sense to me. And I'm going to continue to watch it and see what happens. And Deliana, no, we have not had a chance to talk to AMB or arrange anything for the podcast. We're going to look into it. I apologize.
The man's injured, Deliana. The man was viciously beat down by Chris Mercer. Did you see the video, Deliana? He is injured. He is down. I want to bring the man chicken noodle soup right now.
Oh, Stacey McCormick stating AMB is going to retire Mercer.
I hope so. I'm
going to be the one to say something that I might get smacked for at the next show.
Don't you dare turn your back on AMB.
Are you sure that Mercer's not going to retire AMB?
This is an AMB supported podcast. How dare you, Judas?
Well, I mean, come on, man. Have you seen the 2 beatings he taken at the last 2 shows? Have you seen the beatings?
It's about heart. and AMB has the best heart in the business.
Mercer ripped it out at the last show.
Still there, Judas. You know AMB. He's coming back for blood at the next show. A street fight? Come on now.
You know, and this is all for fun. This is all for play. We are supporters of AMB on this podcast.
Well, you don't sound like it right now, Judas.
I gotta have fun with this, don't I? I mean, anything's a possibility. April 25th, we see Chris Mercer versus AMB in a street fight. And I'm going to tell you all now, it is not, stop popping that up. It is not for the faint of heart. It is not for the faint of heart. Stop putting things in my face when I tell you I need them. It is not going to be for the faint of heart. A street fight is exactly that, a street fight. There is potential for blood. There is potential of beatdowns. There is potentials of seeing your hero fall. So, So, guys, tune in April 25th. Now, Big Baby, show me the schedule. We have shows coming up for April 25th, June 28th, August 16th, October 18th, and December 20th. But the next show in line, April 25th, Ottawa, Illinois, Skydive Chicago. Guys, you could buy all your tickets and merchandise on this website. Big Baby, go ahead and pull that up now at https://midwest-championship-wrestling-illinois.square.site/. Guys, you can go ahead and write this down, type it in your browser, however you need to do it.
Oops.
You could check out ticket prices. You could check out their T-shirts, their merchandise, anything that MCW, anything that you would want MCW wise.
That's from management, Judas. You're fired. You're
anything
fired.
you could want from MCW, go check out their website and their page. Check them out, Midwest Championship Wrestling Illinois on Facebook. And Stacy, that's not very nice. I'm a podcaster. I'm a podcaster, and I am allowed to be biased. I'm allowed to express my opinion. I still have much love for AMB.
No,
I'm just trying to bring the reality to the fans.
No, you're fired.
All right.
Well,
so now that
I'm
we
Big
got
Baby